BC. What's up, guys? I'm on here doing the vinyl tag 2022. The one I'm doing, I'm going to include both Rob and Stunty, StuntRockConfusion. Yeah, I was watching both of their videos, and Rachel just did a video a couple of days ago, and I was looking at the questions, and I told her I was definitely gonna, I like the ones she picked out. So the first 11 is gonna be Stunty, and then the from 12 to 22 that'll be the Rob Walkers vinyl tag. Man, a lot of those vinyl tags going around, but man, I love the questions. Since I don't have the time to do two, man, I wish I could have did two of them, but I'm gonna, split them in half. Man, just to show props, man, definitely, man, those channels, Rob Walker, Let the Music Play, and StuntRockConfusion, man, those are my two guys, man. They got some great channels. So I'm gonna start off with the first 11, the Stunty. Last record I bought in 2021, that would be this one. I went up to Wisconsin, man, and then I went digging on the 31st, New Year's Eve. And yeah, this is the last record I bought, man, in 2021. Jamiroquai, I found this up there. I was surprised. This is an original UK, Emergency Planet Earth with the gatefold. So that was the last record I found. Number 2, the record you spent the most on. Yeah, Ron Carter. Where's Ron Carter with Mal Waldron and Eric Dolphy on New Jazz. Yeah, I spent a lot on this one. I traded in some stuff too. I had a Japanese Nevermind I traded in, and still, man, this record it goes for a lot. But this was like a pristine copy on New Jazz. Where's Ron Carter? Number 3, Show a Cheapo You Got. Yeah, this one was amazing find I found last year. This is a Liberty Press. Going Up with Freddie Hubbard, which has Frank Mobley, McCoy Tyner, Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe on the drum. You know what's so funny about it? Look, I paid $10. I still left the sticker on there, $10 for a Liberty, man. Would you believe that? This record sounds smoking. Look at that. The blue and white label Liberty. Not an original, but beautiful. It's a beauty, man. That was my cheapo find. Couldn't beat that. What is it? Number 4. One of the most, this is the most out of the comfort zone. And everybody knows I like jazz. I like rock. Man, they know I like alternative. But this one here was way out of my comfort zone, man. Rockabilly. Man, I found this record last year, and I had the CD. I used to play the hell out of the CD. The guy, one of the guys was like, "You like the Stray Cats?" And I was like, "Yeah, I remember the Stray Cats from the '80s with Rock This Town." And come to find out, Brian Setzer, man, this one right here was out of my comfort zone, but it was, man, this album is amazing, man. Amazing record, man. He does a beautiful version of Sleepwalk. I actually have the DVD of this live performance. He does Sleepwalk, then he does Rock This Town on here too. Yeah. And then another classic track I love is Since I Don't Have You. Is a beauty, man. But yeah, Brian Setzer. Pride Dig. My Pride Dig will be this one here, McCoy Tyner. Yeah, this is with Elvin Jones, Prince Lachey or Prince Lasha, however you say it. But yeah, you know what was so great about this one here, Illumination, which was so cool about it? Definitely a Pride Dig. Man, I think I have about 7 or 8 or maybe 9 white label promos, but this definitely was a Pride Dig, man. This was from that same collection as the Ron Carter I showed you. But yeah, this was a Pride Dig from last year. Show an album from your youth. Oh, that was an easy one. I remember riding to school and my buddy had the cassette. He used to pick me up. It was this one. Run DMC, Raising Hell. We used to hear Walk This Way, My Adidas. I mean, man, this is, yeah, and when they did the MoFi treatment, man, I couldn't wait to grab this, man. I just couldn't wait to pick this up. But yeah, Raising Hell, Run DMC. This is, to me, it's like their best record. Show a band I bypassed. For years and years, I bypassed Grateful Dead. I used to see their records all the time. And then one day, I want to say I was driving. I have Sirius satellite, so I drive about 45 minutes to an hour to work. I turned to one of the stations, and then I looked up. It was the jam station after everything was over with. But I heard a song, and it was off of here. I used to bypass their albums, and especially this one. And man, when I found out they had a MoFi of this one is like my favorite Grateful Dead record, man. Blues for Allah. Oh man, I jumped on this, man. Last year, I had, not last year, but the year before during the pandemic, and I grabbed this, man. This album sounds amazing. I mean, Jerry Garcia and the band of. And now I'm like hooked. I want to get more of their stuff, man. I want to get more of the like American Beauty, you know, like all those albums. I want to get more into the Dead now since I've listened to that one. And that was one I always bypass. Show a non-record. Back in 2002, I saw Herbie Hancock. It was a group called Intergalactic. They opened up for him. This was at the House of Blues in Chicago. And one of the guys at the show, while I was watching the show with the opening act, he was passing out these. Come to find out, this is a DVD. I thought it was a CD, but it's a DVD of the him performing one of the songs off the album Future to Future. This is the tour I saw him on. And the video was recorded in Hamburg, man. But yeah. Herbie was amazing that night. Herbie came on about 12 o'clock in the morning. I had to work that day. I was so tired, but he came on and did that Headhunters, man. He did like almost a 45-minute version of Headhunters, man. It was mind-blowing. Herbie Hancock. That's my non-record. Show a record from a family member. My wife passed away. My wife's father passed away right before the pandemic, 2019. Maybe a year and a half prior to that, he bought me this record as a surprise from Dusty Grooves. And this is the original Japanese without the Obi, Black Beauty, Miles Davis, live at the Fillmore West. Yeah. Man, that was like a great gift, and I'm so happy he did, he bought that. All right, show some VCLT. Well, this one was from Diamond Needles, Andrew, Diamond Needles. He actually sent me a package. It was hip hop. He's a hip hop head. Sent me this one, Jigga Masters. And then he also sent me this one, because I was saying I wanted to, which Paul McCartney is a cool one to check out, to start really dig into his stuff. He bought me this one, Flaming Pie. And man, I still spin this. I really dig this record, man. Flaming Pie, Paul McCartney. That was my VCLT. Show a VCLT you were saying. I got an extra copy of this one. 6 Cents, Lee Morgan, from the late 60s. This is a early 70s, like a 1970 Liberty. I'm definitely, when I send out some VCLT, this is going to be the record that I sent out. This is an excellent record. This is actually with, it's like a double alto sax. You got double saxes. You got Jackie McLean, and then you got Frank Mitchell, Billy Higgins on the drums, Cedar Walton, and Victor Strolls on bass, which he played on Romp Roller. Well, yeah, this is definitely some VCLT I was sending out. An album for someone you saw live. 86, November of 1986. will be a day I'll always remember, because when I started working, I started working at Coconuts in the early that year in January. My friend had hired me. I used to go in there and buy cassettes. So then in November of that year, we ended up scoring tickets to a show. It was like a private show at the Park West, and it was a cold night. I'll never forget it. And it was this show. He actually that day did a screening on Oprah Winfrey's show. But yeah, this was the album he was playing, and this was before he changed. This is when he had the slave on his face. He had the gold guitar. But yeah, Emancipation was the first show and the first, like, you talking about concert tickets, free tickets, man, and it was like a gift from one of the reps. So you want to see Prince? Yeah, he's doing a surprise show. But yeah, when they finally came out with this on vinyl, I jumped on it. I had the CD of it, but when they came out on vinyl, I grabbed this off of Amazon for a killer price. It was like 80 or 75 bucks. But yeah, Emancipation. That was the first concert I saw live. Show a duo. Fripp and Sylvian released this album in 1993. And this one is like a killer here, man. Pretty much a lot of people have, this definitely was on record. I found this at a shop in the western suburbs. This is a pretty rare record. I've never seen it again, but I never seen it in a while. But yeah, it's David Sylvian and Robert Fripp. Darshan is a classic, and my favorite on here is John the Birdman is on here too. But this is David Sylvian with Robert Fripp. So he got the Frippatronics with the, man, it's just like way ahead of what everybody was doing in the 90s. It's almost like a mixture of King Crimson, and it's like King Crimson meets Japan, you know, David Sylvian, Robert Fripp in 93. Show an album, Still in the Shrink. I'll show you a couple of them. And I ran across those. This one right here, Time Out of Mind, Still in the Shrink, album of the year. Yep, it was the Grammy album of the year, Dylan. And then another one in the Shrink it was another killer. The album that really got me into Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. Got this one in the Shrink. Album from a different continent. Well, that was an easy one. Fela Kuti. This one's Zombie. This was the album that got me into Fela Kuti and the with the Afrobeat. This is on the original Coconut label from Nigeria. Original Coconut label. Nigerian press. The record looks crazy, but it plays beautifully, man. Nice and quiet, surprisingly. But yeah, Zombie. This is an original. 1977. Show a Punk album. I would say this is art punk. Television. Original German press. Marquee Moon. Yeah, it's, you know, it's classic, man. See No Evil, you know, Friction, Prove It. Torn Curtains, one of my favorites, but yeah. Television. Show a 1982 album. Okay, I got a 1982 album for you. Roxy Music, Avalon, their final studio album. Yeah, this was on the Simply vinyl. People used to always talk bad about this label, but if you look this up on the Steve Hoffman forum, this is like one of the best sounding pressings of it. It's, yeah, I mean, that and the Bob Ludwig, but this is the one on Steve Hoffman. They said this is the one to get. But yeah, 1982 Avalon. More Than This, everybody knows More Than This. The main thing, you know, those are all the classics. And Avalon, yeah. An LP with the sports. I was trying to get one with the sports, something with a sports theme, and believe it or not, I don't have any. I don't have anyone with a sports theme, and it's kind of crazy. I didn't have anything, any football, or I was just trying to figure out which ones. But yeah, I had to skip that one, unfortunately. That was one I couldn't answer. Um, a live LP, David Byrne. This is the recorded at Austin City Limits in November of 2001. I saw him prior to this, September 13th of 2001, 2 days after the World Trade Center. The set list on here is exactly the same set list he had when I saw him previous before he cut this. But this one sounds amazing. David Byrne, live album. He's doing all of the Talking Head stuff and his solo stuff. An LP with at least 8, not LP, I'm sorry about that. Price sticker on a record. $6.99. I didn't pay $6.99, but I was pretty close. But yeah, Tutu, $6.99. Price stickers, pretty cool. A LP with at least 8 people. This one is considered like the Sgt. Pepper's of hip hop. This has all the rappers, the producers, and everything on it. But yeah, this is Tribe Called Quest, my original copy of Midnight Marauders. This is actually one of my favorite records by them. Look at all those people on there. Man, it's got to be like 30 or 40 people on here. Yeah. This is the joint, man. Classic hip hop from the early 90s. Yeah. Midnight Marauders. And the last and final, show a soundtrack. Well, you can't show a soundtrack without showing this one. This is the masterpiece. Warriors. Yeah. This was my album here, 1979. Yeah. I remember seeing this in the drive-in. Yep. White label. Yeah. Warriors. And those final from 12 to 21 was Rob Walker. I want to thank StuntRockConfusion and Rob Walker let the music play for doing those vinyl. Man, those vinyl tags are awesome. And I want to thank Rachel for breaking it down. And yeah, VC, be safe out there. You know, due to the COVID, you have all this stuff going on out here. Just be careful out there. And everybody have a great 2022 year. And keep that digging alive. Keep the dig alive. Keep that vinyl going. And I hope everyone gets the stuff that they're looking for. Be passionate about that dig. But yeah, that's my vinyl tag, 2022. Peace.